State Athletic Commission for the next bout of the evening. The judges are Dave Moretti, Lou Tabbitt, and Ed Brown. The timekeeper, Jane Broadfoot. Counting at the knockdowns, Al Bisak. The attending physician at ringside, Dr. Donald Romeo. And the referee is Ferd Hernandez. This is the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of Portland, Oregon, weighing 151 pounds, here is Curtis, the Razor, Ramsey. And in the red corner, from Fort Worth, Texas, he is undefeated in his professional career, winning all his pro bouts by knockout. He weighs 148.5 pounds. Here is Donald Curry. 10 rounds of boxing.
Fellas, I want a nice clean fight. Watch your low blows. I'm going to let you fight on the inside. When I think you're tied up, I'm going to ask you to break, stop punching, and step back. You understand?
If the mouthpiece goes out?
If the mouthpiece goes out, keep boxing. In case of a knockdown, go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there until I ask you to come out, or else I'll stop the count. You understand that, fellas? Okay, shake hands. Have a good fight, fellas.
Ferd Hernandez, the referee. Here in Nevada, they score by the 10-point must system. Hernandez not involved in the tabulation. Scheduled for 10, undefeated welterweight Donald Curry in the white from Fort Worth, Texas, 9-0 with 9 knockouts. Curtis the Razor Ramsey from Portland, Oregon, 27-9 in the black trunks.
Curry is starting out fast, just hitting with a beautiful right hand.
2 strong right hands from Donald Curry, who is one of the most talked about young fighters in the United States right now. Tremendous amateur experience, more than 400 amateur fights, 9-0 as a pro. Would have been our welterweight hope at the Olympics last summer if the United States hadn't boycotted the summer games.
Curry's setting up Ramsey for a left hook.
Sal, Curry's at that delicate stage of his career where his handlers have to decide how good his opponent should be. And Ramsey is a good fighter, but I think they've handled Curry properly. They're not moving him up too fast. People I talk to say he has immense talent, that inside of a year he could be ready to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, if Leonard is still a welterweight.
David Gorman, his manager and trainer, says that they are now close to the end of the first stage of his professional career. That is the learning process as a pro, because in fact Donald Curry has tremendous international boxing experience as an amateur. But after this fight, the plan is to give Donald 3 weeks off, go home for the holidays, give him part of January off, because his next fight is against Kevin Howard in Atlantic City. That ought to be a terrific matchup. Yeah. And after that, they figure that Donald Curry will be at the end of his first stage and ready to make an assault on the top 10.
I think he's capable of doing so right now.
Interesting, when a fighter knocks out everybody he opposes, the question comes up, can he go the distance? And David Gorman says, heck, I don't care if he ever goes 10 rounds as long as he keeps knocking out people. That's the bottom line.
That's the idea to have.
Don's longest fight has been 6 rounds so far, Sal.
Curtis Ramsey with a right hand, a right cross, and then a right uppercut.
Both of these guys are real fast. Ramsey seems to be content on laying on the inside and throwing his combinations right from there.
Less than 30 seconds to go in an interesting opening round. And I don't think Ramsey wants any part of body work. He just took a big right hand from Donald Curry.
Curry's hand speed is electrifying, isn't it?
Curry seems to be trying to pick him off from a distance.
Hi, fellas. We spoke before the fight with Curtis Ramsey and got this strategy from him.
Well, tonight in this fight, I'm fighting the Olympic champ, and I know he's a good fighter, but I'm planning on taking the fight to him. I hear he'd be taking the fight to his opponent, but it's going to be a hell of a fight. I feel that way about it.
The last time we saw Donald Curry, he knocked out Vernon Lewis with a 5-punch combination in the first round here on ESPN. 9 straight wins, 9 by knockouts for Donald Curry. And that's the problem tonight for Curtis Ramsey.
The man Curry took out, Vernon Lewis, Sal, had fought Wilfred Benitez and fought Benitez really tough, but Curry took him out in 1 minute and 31 seconds of the first round, wasting no time.
About Curtis Ramsey, I'm gonna go out and take my time and work my combinations and take it from there.
The words of Donald Curry. He's wearing the white trunks. That's Curtis Ramsey in the black. Getting back to David Gorman, the manager and trainer for Donald Curry, he says the only thing lacking in Donald is that big fight pressure that he has to learn, and that will come as he fights tougher opponents. We gave that opening round to Curry 10-9.
Curry is picking off Ramsey's jab. I think he's going to come over the top of it with an overhand right.
Ramsey flat-footed.
He's trying to figure out the puzzle.
Of course, Donald has to get his marks, too, for his defensive abilities.
He moves so beautifully, doesn't he? He's quick and graceful.
They say he trains very well, too. He loves boxing and has made a total commitment to it.
Ramsey's been around for a while. He is a veteran. He seems to be taking his time, trying to get warmed up real good. Just hoping he doesn't get picked off real soon.
We're halfway through the second round. Curry must see something. He must be waiting for something because he usually is more studious about working the body.
Exactly. This is what I was trying to point out a little bit earlier, Sal. He just seems to be stalking, trying to set up and pick him off with that one punch, which he's known for. So
There's that right hand lead to the body. You can see Ramsey shies away. He doesn't like it.
I don't know anybody that likes those shots to the body.
That reminds me of the old story of Joe Louis when he was
good right hand
training for a big fight. He was whacking the body of a sparring mate, and somebody yelled up at ringside to Joe Louis, he doesn't like that body work, and the Brown Bomber yelled down, "Who do?"
Curry has a little trickle of blood from his nose.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the second round.
Good right hand by Curry.
That was a right hand lead, and it was quick. Coming up, round 3. Round 3 at the Hacienda Hotel in Las Vegas. Donald Curry in the white, undefeated, 9-0 with 9 knockouts, taking on Curtis Ramsey in the black, 27-9. A pair of welterweights scheduled for 10.
Sal and
there's our scoring through 2 rounds. We have given both rounds to Curry 10-9, a 2-point lead, 2018.
In Curry's last bout with Vernon Lewis, I was back in the dressing room with Vernon after the fight, and he was asking me, why did they stop the fight?
You mean he didn't know it was over?
He didn't know.
A 5-punch combination, 2 rights on the way down, and Vernon Lewis tasted the canvas.
Curry walked out and ambushed him.
That's what I was talking about before, that hand speed. So fast in the hands.
It may sound like hype, but the fact is Donald Curry is a very talented welterweight who will be in contention within a year. There's no question about it. All things being equal, he keeps going the way he's going.
That's right, Sal. Looks as though Ramsey is trying to pick up the pace a little bit.
Donald Curry looks like the only welterweight amongst the young crop with the lateral movement and the power to handle a Sugar Ray Leonard.
That's right. Curry can hit you from any point. The guy he's just fabulous.
Curtis Ramsey with a left hook. And he hasn't connected very often with Donald Curry.
Ramsey's putting a lot of power behind those punches.
Every time we see Donald Curry fight, we always remark about his patience. He's being very calm here with Curtis Ramsey, taking his time.
Ramsey's getting a little cute on us here.
He's trying to intimidate Donald Curry into a mistake.
Curry's not going for it, though.
It gets back to what Sal said about having 400 amateur fights. He's 20 years old, but that's no kid in the ring.
Well, that's like having a schoolyard fight. When you give it your best, the other guy keeps tagging, you got to change up, you got to do something.
Exactly.
Right to the body and right to the head by Donald Curry.
Good combination. He's starting to mix his punches up a lot more.
We'll continue with more of this welterweight encounter after this timeout.
Bring it up, Bill. Stay back.
Welterweights Curtis Ramsey in the black, Donald Curry in the white. This is round 4, scheduled for 10. The first 3, Don Curry has outboxed Curtis Ramsey. Neither fighter down or cut.
During the rest period, Ramsey was telling his seconds that he could hit him with the right hand.
There's our scoring through 3. I've got Curry ahead by 3 points. Tom has him ahead by 1, and Ted has him ahead by 2. Good left hook on the move by Donald Curry, who now has blood trickling out of his nostrils. So Ramsey did shake him up with a punch.
Curry is very patient, Sal. You're right about that. In no hurry. He has a lot of confidence in himself. He exudes that positive feeling.
Overhand right by Donald Curry. Earlier on the card, you saw Graylin Curry score a unanimous decision over Chris Linson. Graylin and Donald Curry are half-brothers. It's a family of 4, 2 brothers and 2 sisters from the south side section of Fort Worth.
Good jab by Ramsey.
Halfway through the round.
Graylin is just a year older than Don. Graylin 21, Don Curry only 20 years old.
Good right hand by Curry.
And Ramsey is joking around like he's hurt. The point of the matter is he was drilled by Donald Curry.
Curry's starting to put his punches together. He's throwing that right hand to the body and coming back to the head with the left hook. He's in no hurry at all, this Don Curry.
Break it up, guys. Break.
He runs silent, but he runs deep, doesn't he?
Very deep. This is
left to the body, left to the head. Both delivered by Don Curry.
This is a beautiful matchup. You have to give congratulations to the local promoter, Mel Grebb, and Bruce Trampler, and the illustrious Teddy Brenner, matchmakers from Top Rank, upon making this bout.
Doesn't look like Curtis Ramsey's going to fall down in front of Donald Curry. He may be outpunched here, but he's still a problem for Donald. Round 5 scheduled for 10. Welterweights Curtis Ramsey in the black, Donald Curry in the white.
In the corners of Ramsey's trunk, Sal, are miniature razor blades, pictures of miniature razor blades, but right now, Curry's the one doing the shaving.
The farthest that Donald Curry has gone as a pro is 6 rounds against Eddie Campbell in Atlantic City. Otherwise, 9 straight wins, 9 knockouts. Right hand by Curry, and that caught Ramsey out of position.
Many more right hands like that, and Ramsey's going to be his 10th victim.
Tom has a fight rated even. I've got Curry ahead by 4 points, and Ted has Curry ahead by 3.
I think Tom's got Curry ahead by 2 points. We had a little bit of a mix-up there, but Tom's got him 2 points ahead.
Okay, so we're all in unison as far as having Curry in front. That's kind of obvious. Left hand by Curry, and that drove back Curtis Ramsey.
It looked like he was loading up to throw right there, and in came the left hand. He has great pair of hands. He really does.
Right hand lead by Donald Curry.
Beautiful move there by
Ramsey put his eyes down. Doesn't look like he's in big trouble, but he did put his eyes down. Ramsey very frustrated here by Donald Curry. He can't mount an offense against Curry, and Curry is just picking him apart.
Yeah, he's loading up on those shots, too.
Countering right by Ramsey, otherwise it's all Donald Curry.
Good right hand.
And now Donald Curry is landing with heavier blows.
I think Curry is starting to get warmed up right now, and he's really loading up on those punches. He's starting to put his combinations together even more.
Some loose string on the right glove of Donald Curry. Ferd Hernandez, the referee. There's that left to the body, and every time Donald Curry does that, you get a very odd look on the face of Curtis Ramsey. There's the right to the body.
Curry's really ripping those body shots. Can you imagine the effect that a body shot of that impact would have on you?
Bring it, Phil. Stopping.
You better be in shape. Left uppercut by Donald Curry. Tommy and Ted, I believe this fight has changed right here in this round because Donald Curry's really loading up.
Well, I think it has too, Sal. Ramsey is not nearly as quick, and he's not putting up the same kind of fight he did in the first 3 rounds.
Ramsey still chasing Curry, and most of the time, Curry's not there to be hit. Stay tuned.
Get on.
The start of round 6, and Donald Curry opens up with a right-hand lead against Curtis Ramsey in the black trunks. For the 5 rounds, it's been mostly Donald Curry.
Young fighters can get consumed by their own reputations, and Curry has a reputation for being a knockout artist. But he hasn't been in any big hurry, and that's another thing that's impressive about him.
I've got him pitching a shutout against Ramsey. Tom has him ahead by 3 points, and Ted has Curry ahead by 4. No knockdowns in the fight. Neither man's been cut. In Fort Worth, Texas, there's a sign on a building that says the Gorman Boxing Club, the home of Donald Curry. And the club that produced 5 fighters in last year's Olympic trials has as its star Donald Curry. The rest of the guys don't mind because they understand Donald has vast experience as an amateur and lots of talent.
Dave Gorman says he's going to add to that sign and say, future welterweight champion of the world, which remains to be seen, of course.
It's inevitable, though, if he keeps on with his career as he is right now.
Curtis Ramsey certainly has not been a severe threat to Donald Curry, but Ramsey has also shown us an ability to take a punch. Right hand lead halfway through the round. Donald Curry once again scoring.
Took 2 pretty good ones there, a right and a left.
It seems as though Ramsey is just content to counterpunch.
When he can punch him at all, you mean?
Exactly.
Don Curry's been very successful with the right hand against Curtis Ramsey, the right hand lead. Less than a minute to go in the round. This is the quietest of the fight. There's that right hand sneaking in again by Don Curry.
Curry were to follow up with the left hook. Be good night.
Curtis Ramsey with a right hand that caught Curry on the chin.
Well, this is the most that Ramsey's found Curry in the fight so far.
Curry with a countering left hand, Ramsey with a left hook. Well, Don Curry back on the bicycle. He had forgotten about it. Earlier in the round, he was flat-footed. That's why Ramsey was doing so well. But once he employs that lateral movement, Donald Curry is awesome. Welterweights, Donald Curry in the white, Curtis Ramsey in the black. Round 7 scheduled for 10. And this is the farthest that Donald Curry has gone as a professional. In his 9 straight wins, all 9 knockouts, he hasn't seen the 7th round. I've got him pitching a shutout against Ramsey. Tom has him ahead by 4 points, and Teddy has him ahead by 5. Tommy Brooks, former middleweight at ringside with us. Also Ted Green, the Los Angeles Times. I'm Sal Marciano, and we're bringing you more top-ranked boxing from Las Vegas. And we're watching one of the brightest prospects in any division, welterweight Donald Curry.
Curtis Ramsey started out the round as though he was going to pick up the pace. Right now, he's just content to just throw 1-2 punches at a time.
We're used to seeing Donald Curry just devastate his opponents. Curtis Ramsey hasn't been an offensive threat, but at least he has put up a good show against Curry, who just can't seem to hurt him, despite the fact that he's laying a lot of leather on him.
That's right.
The thing that's been overlooked in Curry's knockout record is his defense. He's got both sides of the game, Sal.
Ramsey just took a right hand and continued his rush for halfway through the round.
Although Curry is being devastating here tonight, he could be having an off night.
Break, guys, break.
Ramsey in the black trunks from Portland, Oregon, 27-9. Less than a minute to go in the round. Curry's been bleeding from the nostrils since the 3rd round, but that hasn't been a factor. Good shot by Ramsey, who says, come on, let's get close, let's fight some more.
I don't really think he wants that.
Let's not have any wrestling here.
Well, he thinks he does, and I guess that's what counts.
Curry with a countering right hand over a lazy left.
Good
uppercut by Curry. That was a new move. We hadn't seen that before.
Curry's starting to load up on those punches now.
We'll be right back. Round 8 for Donald Curry in the white, Curtis Ramsey in the black. I don't see any telltale signs of fatigue on the part of Donald Curry, who has never gone 6 rounds before as a pro.
Well, now he's 2 rounds deeper into his longest pro fight, and I think you're right. He's fresh, still quick and sharp, but Ramsey's still stalking him.
Donald Curry had more than 400 amateur fights,
which included 2 national AU championships, a national Golden Glove championship, a gold medal at the Olympic trials in 1980, and he also was the gold medal winner at the Gold Cup championships in Kenya.
Looking at a lot of quality there in the white trunks. Curtis Ramsey has been a tough opponent. He's taken the best from Donald Curry. Hasn't gone down, hasn't been cut.
He has said he wasn't going to take a back seat to anyone, especially Donald Curry. Good right hand by Curry.
He didn't take a back seat, but he took a pretty big right.
Notice that movement by Donald Curry.
Beautiful lateral movement, side to side. That's what's so impressive about Don Curry. The guy can hit you from either direction at any angle.
We just passed the halfway mark of round 8. Left-right combination by Curry. We were talking about possible fatigue. Look at him dancing on his toes here in the 8th round and scoring.
Ramsey has a pretty good defense.
This is the least amount of body work that I've seen from Donald Curry.
I wonder why. You have any opinions on that?
I think he figures he can score easily on the head of Curtis Ramsey.
Must be it.
He could possibly be trying out a new strategy.
Look at the way Curry escaped the corner. Ducking underneath Ramsey and then sidestepping.
He's very elusive. Ramsey better be careful here.
Curry's been on the move the entire round, forcing Ramsey to work even harder.
Ramsey's trying to show a little showmanship with those little stutter steps.
How many times have we seen Curry land that right hand over the lazy left of Ramsey? All night.
That's what I'm saying. Ramsey better be careful.